A cluster of mystery lung illnesses that may be linked to vaping or the use of e-cigarettes is being investigated by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention after cases were reported in 14 states over the course of about a month and a half, ending just last week. According to a media statement from the CDC, during that period, 94 possible cases of severe lung illness were reported, primarily among adolescents and young adults, and the cases appear to be linked to vaping. The health agency says there's no evidence that an infectious disease was behind the illnesses and that more information was needed to determine whether they were in fact caused by e-cigarette use. It did not link the illnesses to any specific product or substance. The CDC is urging clinicians to report possible cases of unexplained vaping-associated pulmonary illness. In its outreach to health officials, it says 30 cases were reported in Wisconsin alone, where patients had symptoms like cough, shortness of breath, and fatigue, and some had serious breathing difficulties requiring mechanical ventilation. All patients reported vaping in the weeks and months prior to hospital admission. Dr. Emily Chapman, Chief Medical Officer of Children's Minnesota Hospitals, tells CBS this morning that her doctors have been treating 4 boys and girls, ages 16 to 18, with acute lung injuries. She says her patients decline rapidly in just a week.
They don't fit anything else that we have previously worked on, understood about lung disease that's more typical in teens. This is throughout the entire lung. So on the chest x-ray, the whole thing looks abnormal equally throughout the entire lung. They go from healthy adolescents to really in a life-threatening situation.
Major e-cigarette maker Juul Labs says it's monitoring the health reports, noting that some of the illnesses reportedly linked to vaping involve THC found in marijuana, which it does not sell. Closer to home now, Health Canada on its website says even though vaping is less harmful than smoking, there are still some consequences to consider. And there are concerns about the appeal of vaping products among youth and their potential to promote tobacco use. And it says the long-term safety of inhaling the substances in vaping products is unknown and continues to be assessed. We reached out to Health Canada asking about the CDC's investigation. They tell us Health Canada does not have evidence of clusters of pulmonary disease cases related to vaping in Canada, similar to those reported in the United States. We will continue to carefully monitor as more information becomes available and will take action if warranted.